Good evening and welcome to the stream. Friday is upon us once again, and you know what that means. It means that it's time to sit down and relax a little bit and try to have a little bit of fun. So let's get everything turned on here. Still running a single monitor because I haven't heard back from the repair yet, but hey, I only send it Tuesday, so what can you really demand here? Anyways, let me just pull up the chat so I can actually see what's going on, and let's get to things. So yeah, I have been doing a few things here on the server, as you can see down there. However, I haven't had as much time to prepare as I usually do, because well, I have been doing a lot of drawing, so yeah, I'm not going to show what I've been drawing quite yet because it's not done yet, but it is something for myself this time. But yeah, I have been doing a little bit here. We have we've changed a couple of blocks out for the what is it called, the carpenter's blocks. We have made ourselves a little, what is it called, not really title, but logo, sign, whatever, and the blocks here behind it I'm going to have changed for the carpenter's blocks, simply for the purpose of putting glowstone or glowstone dust inside of them to make the sign light up a little bit more. Hi there. I'm assuming that your cage. It's always weird when the username doesn't really match. This guy has just decided that he's going to stay here forever. Need to get him down at some point. But yeah, doing some things. I have also made these thingies up here. Let's look inside here for a moment. So I have done quite a bit of work in here. Said that I haven't really done a whole lot of preparatory work, but that's not entirely true because I've done all of this. Been working on the inside. This little fella here has helped me a lot. And we have up here. We have in here, I think I'm going to make a bedroom in here. That's a common room or what you want to call it out here. And in here we have both an entrance. I'm going to make like a stairway down to go into the cavern thing. And then up here we have the underground of the bees, so that we can basically pull it down here and process it and that kind of stuff behind the scenes. And then right here, very subtly, whoop, we can get up here and come out. But since it's nighttime, they're not working. And we can just pop down again. That is, of course, an arcane levitator that is precisely high enough. Actually, it's not quite high enough, because if we do this, break ourselves along the way, you can see here, we don't get all the way up. But if we have sufficient velocity going up, we'll stay on top, which is quite nice. But it's night time, so let's take a little bit of a sleep so that we can pass the night. It's good to see you. I'm still running a single monitor, so I have to like change over to actually see what's going on. But to start out, I want to do something here. So we're going to run in this direction, we're going to change to this, and we're going to go, okay, there we go, and over there, and we're just going to pick our beans here. You can see I've done some naughty things because we have taint beans. Luckily they don't spread taint, but yeah, we now have a supply of taint, We also have census beans, we have mortis beans, and a butterfly. And then we've just planted a little bit of gelum, some spiritus and some herba, just because we had extra space. So, what we're going to do now, let's have a look in the book. Because we are trying to make NVIDIA. NVIDIA takes census and famous, so if we want to get that, it depends on how much census we get out of this. If we can get a full 8 plus 4, we can do a row of them. So we're going to try that. So let's see here. Oops. I should turn on my harness, would be nice. Makes it a lot easier with this thing. Okay, let's just pick this up. Okay, that's all of them. So let's see what we got here. We got sufficient of these. That is very nice. So let's just plant those. We actually have enough for 2. So let's stick those aside. Let's take the Vitium, because we're going to need more of those. Plant 2 rows of those. At least for now. The mortars we'll plant some more of too. We need to keep 2 open. So let's see, herba we don't have too many of. So we don't really need them either. I think I'd rather do spiritus. Then we'll do a row of herba. And save the 2 last ones for the NVIDIA. We'll just pop back to the base and get that sorted out. Oh. Teleporting does cause a little bit of lag because we're loading stuff when we do it. Okay, let's just have a look in our box. Alright, so let's see here what we have. We have the limas, we don't have a space for those, we'll just stick them in. Spiritus goes in there, senses we'll keep, we'll take famous. We need 8 of those. The Vitium will stick in there, and the herba will stick in there as well. Just put these on our bar. And let's get out there again. So yeah, I've been doing a little bit of work with the house. Or what do you want to call it? It's not really a house. And then it kinda is anyway. Alright, so we just plan them in alternating patterns, and then some of them at least should mutate into NVIDIA beans. With this many, it's quite unlikely we don't get at least one, so we'll just wait and see. And the idea about doing it now is that when we come to the end of today's stream, we might be able to go over and see whether or not we've actually gotten an NVIDIA bean. It will be easy to distinguish because NVIDIA is green while the other ones is blue and red, so it should be quite easy to see if we have some NVIDIA. We got, I think it is apple oak pollen. Apple oak pollen. Shouldn't be anything too fancy out here. I'll just stick that in the box over here. Okay, let's see here. So, I'm hoping that we will have a guest today. it depends on... Well, basically, it is T-Snow. T-Snow talked about that he wanted to come by today to do some stuff. Basically, what he is looking to do is he is interested in setting up this system right here, which we talked about in the last stream. And it requires these fellas, or rather it doesn't. You can do it with a vacuum hopper too if you really want to. I just like these fellas, they're nice. I like having my small friends, it gives a little bit of life in the base, but the whole idea is, if you take for instance this honeycomb and these bees, you take the magic mirror and you do boop boop, and he will start gathering them up and sticking them in the storage. And the idea behind it is to have infinite storage basically. Now if I wanted real infinite storage, I could hook this up to a system that would pull it out of the drop chest and then put it into larger storage. For instance, you could hook it up with the, I think it's called the ME system, which allows you to basically store everything inside a computer. But I don't have that system, but T-Snow does, so that's going to be different. So, down here, what do we have? Well, what we wanted to check is whether or not we have enough aspects here. Let's see, we have some lux, and we should have senses too. Senses is up here. We do, so we could take 3 lux, 1 senses, and then we can make a little bit of stuff here just to start out with. However, I think before we get anywhere, I would like to do a little bit of alchemical stuff. So we'll do 3 for now, I think. Boop. And like that, and we'll just stick that in there and let it process. So basically what we need to do is we need to make glowstone, and to make glowstone we need senses and we need to have lux. Now we could probably get it from T-Snow, but I kinda like to be self-sufficient sometimes, so we're just gonna take it easy. So while that processes, let's just poke our nose over here and grab a glowstone. I'm gonna need that in a second. And then let's grab these bottles, so that we can just grab a couple here and start things up quickly. There we go. So yeah, we have enough for 1 stack of glowstone dust, but not more than that, and we're probably going to need more, so we're gonna make a little bit more. Okay, this is almost done, so let's just grab that, stick it in there. And while that is processing, let's have a look here. So we need to have, let's see here, how many can we make at a time? See, how many should we make at a time? Probably not any more than that. No. Bugger. Just do that. And the last one. Alright. Just so we have them in proper numbers. Oops. Accidentally let that run a little bit too long. Okay, so 6 of those, 8 of those, go. Do it a little carefully. Now, if you've been watching Lady streams, you will notice that she has put up an automatic system for doing this kind of stuff, and I'll do that here as well. I'm actually not a big fan of it. I prefer the manual method. While it is more cumbersome, it has some benefits to it. Like, I can make a full stack of this, while if I wanted to make a full stack of it with the automatic system, I would have to basically have 4 bottles prepared of the essentia, and while I can't do that, it would be a lot of piping work to do a relatively small amount of items, so therefore I'm not really a big fan of it. It's not bad, just not really my thing. Let's just give them that as well. Actually, I think we'll just give it all. I will do... Let's just let's grab this just to make sure that it gets a proper number. Okay, off with that again. Let's continue while it works. Otherwise we might have uneven numbers and then we need a jar to take it out of it, and that just gets arsey, so we'll try to avoid that. Okay, let's see here. The downside of this is we need to take it in stages because otherwise it flows over the edge. But we can make any number we want, which is quite nice. The only thing that is required is that we have pre-prepared the essentia, but that's just time consuming, so if I really wanted I could set up an automatic system with that using the can't remember if this is the decanter golem or if it's the alchemy golem or whatever, but the golem that handles essentia, basically. That is the one that we... But that's not a huge need. I never make that much at a time, so that's not really... And one more batch. There we go. Let's just check over here. That is done, and we can grab the last of these. these up, stick those in there. Alright, so let's have a look at our building. Because the reason for getting the glowstone, of course, is that we want this place to be lit up. So the first thing I think we'd like to do is we'd like to take some of these, and then I think we'll want to start with these here. So let's just there we go. And the reason for doing those first is that it is currently night time, so it will save us a little time when we do this, because we don't have to remember to wait around. So let's have a look at what we have. We're going to need to take these off. But yeah, there you have it. The sign, as it is lit by the background lighting. I think that looks quite nice. Then you can definitely see it. And it's not too bad in here either. Right now we don't have any lighting on the underside here, but that would basically mask it. Yeah, you can see over there, quite dark. And we're going to need more than we have here, I'm gonna tell you right now. But the roof is not detrimental to our purpose here. So we're going to take the large first and get working on the flooring. Because if we get the flooring done, we don't have to worry about these orbs of light. And I know I could do this in a... do just a sporadic one here and there to light the place up, but honestly I like to have the even lighting. Whoops, that is one there, give me that back. But yeah, basically what I've done here is I've dug a little bit into the mountain. There we actually broke through, but it was like a couple of blocks that was visible, so not really something huge. And yeah, basically just dug in. And what I did in regards to size was that I basically dug in this way until I got to this point here, where I hit this area here. Then I wanted to center this door so that it would be centered with the stair on the other side, and then to basically like match the corner there and the corner there, I decided to give an extra block there. Then I decided I wanted to have a path up here. This bit here has always been the plan. I just hadn't really figured out how to, or how I wanted it to make it rather. Just pop in all of these. There we go. And then we of course have the stair down there. Not the most important bit, so I think before we do that we will take the marble here and go outside, because it looks a little weird when we have these. So I'll just fill these in. And the reason for doing this is just so that this stair is actually lit up during nighttime. Because otherwise it would look a little weird when everything else is light, but this is not. So Okay, now that that is done, we can focus us a little bit more on the floor. Let's grab the large wood again. Let's start on this one. Just because then that is out of the way. Now you can see how it looks with the lighting. And what I mean with the even light is if I pop these out, the light that goes from one side to the other here is even. So while there is a dark line in the center, it is an even dark line all the way across, which is really what I wanted. So yeah, that is basically the plan for the inside here. Now the next thing we're going to focus on in this is this one here. So we're going to do the knee, and D. And that is basically just because we want this here to be covered on the underside. So if we take the large wood, we're probably going to need a bunch. We're probably going to need this, and we are going to need some cobblestone. Do we have an unfinished stack? We do. Just grab that. So these here are not going to be seen, so we can pop cobblestone into those, since it is fire retardant. It's basically just underneath the wall above. And the reason why we have those there is that we need to have the what is it called? We need to have the carpenter's blocks there because we want to do lining. So what we're going to do is basically line the underside here so that it fits. We'll do the same on the side here so it looks okay. And then on the underside here we're going to line with large wood. So a very nice function of the carpenter's blocks. I just want to point out I'm quite a fan of this. I'm not sure about this here. We can do that. I think we'll do that as well. Do that. Basically just masking that there is actually a difference here, so that we outside here can have the marble floor while we underneath have the large wood. Optical illusion. Hi Sean, welcome. How are you doing tonight? Having a good evening? That is a question, by the way, not a statement. Sorry for pushing around. Okay, let's see here. You, and you. Alright, no worries, enjoy it. I'll be streaming for a couple of hours, so if you want to come back, the stream will still be going. But enjoy your game. Mask this as well. One thing is keeping track of where you haven't been yet. Need more large wood. Large. Do we have any broken? No. Ah, bugger. Now he's going to freak out because there's a block out here. He can't find his way outside, so he will basically run around and jump up and down if there's anything lying around. Which is humorous, but a little mean, so we'll try to avoid that. I don't want to just take him down yet, because he's quite useful to have around. Now the question is, should we bring this out? So if we did that, it would mask this bit, but we'd still have the corner there, so I don't think it's really necessary. Okay, let's have a look here. Let's put this away, we don't need that anymore. We have a little bit more glowstone. Exactly enough for this bit. Boop, and boop. There we go. So of course the ceiling and the floor here is colored the same, which can look a little weird. But that's because I wanted it to match this bit here. So yeah, maybe not ideal, but good enough. Alright, let's just pop on our glasses again. And let's, first of all, let's stick these things away. We don't need to have those on us. But yeah, the plan is basically here to pull down the coffee combs and the alcoholic combs, pull them down, centrifuge them, then take it from the centrifuge and put it into the squeezer, sort it into various squeezers, and basically through that make the whole thing work so that it is it's automatically generating coffee and alcohol and stuff to pass to people in the shop. So yeah, that's the plan. Okay, let's see here. So I wanted to have a look at something, my book. Because there was something, like the reason why we have been working towards something taint. Oh, what rhythm game is this, Sean? I don't play too many rhythm games, but I do have the that Bit Trip Runner presents Bit Trip presents a runner to a future Legend of Rhythm Alien. That's quite nice. Okay, so let's see here. We have some of thaumaturgy, some apocrypha. No. This one. Distortion, uprising, telekinesis, dislocation. Is it this one? Yeah, this one requires taint. I can't actually remember what it does, but let's read it. You created a wand focus based on the focus of equal trade. The difference is that this one not only holds the object's fingerprint, but it holds the object itself, allowing it to be placed elsewhere. To get a block to transport, right click on it, To place it back, right-click somewhere else. This focus can transport pretty much anything, including chests and mob spawners. The vis cost is applied in picking up the block. Placing it down is free. Due to the amount of energy required for the dislocation, blocks with tile entities, such as chests, furnaces, cost 5 times the amount of vis as normally. Mob spawners in particular cost 20 times instead. But yeah, what is it called? A foci that allows us to pick up blocks. That would be nice. But the problem is that we can't make it without taint. So we need to have Alienus, Presentatio, Tenebrae, Vacuous, and Vitium. So Alienus we should have. Yeah, plenty. Let's see. Presentatio, Tenebrae. Tenebrae is over here. We have enough of that. We have enough of that. We have Vacuous 25 and Taint 5. So Vacuous, we have enough of that. Taint we don't have any of, but we can make it. So we have a pretty good amount already, so I think we'll just burn all of this pretty much. Let's just stick these in here and hope that there's no adverse effects. So let's see here, we need to have 2 jars, we need to have 2 labels, and there we go. So taint we'll put over here. Yeah, let's just stick it there. Put the jar on top. Not quite space yet, so we'll just do that. Stick it in there. And like that. And of course it is a unstable one, so very high instability, so hopefully things will go okay. So we need to have some nether quartz, some amber, a diamond, and an ender pearl. Okay, so let's see here, we have a few amber, but we're gonna need more. So let's see here, we have our Silk Touch pick here, or not Silk Touch pick, Fortune pick. Let's just grab a few ambers. That'll be plenty. Diamond. We'll take a couple of those. And then we need to have the nether quartz. And the nether quartz we need to multiply. So to make nether quartz, it is vitreous, potentia, and aqua. Let's see what we have down here. So that would be enough for 5. Let's make 10. No, that doesn't fit. We need to have that many. Yeah, that many. Potentia, that is this one. Yep, and the last one, aqua. We have quite a bit of that as well. There we go. Okay, let's see here. So we will do... This is 5 at a time. That should be okay. Of course, screw that up. Whoopsie. Can't split it that way, but oh well, it's just one lost. A little bit of flux. Okay, that should still be sufficient. So let's see here. We have these. We need to have the ender pearl. Grown. Ender pearl in the center. Let's just double check everything here. So we need to have 3 amber, 4 quartz, 1 diamond. So 2, 3, 4. Amber, amber, amber. Diamond, and then we should be ready to start the reaction. Oh, there goes the first one. That was quick. Hey, stop that. Now. Hey, stop it. The quartz. We're missing an amber. Diamond. Bam! There we go! Lovely! That went pretty easy. Odd. Oh, can't disagree with that. Stuff goes in there, goes in there. Okay, so we need to discard a foci to make this work. The distortion one, I'd still like to figure out what that actually does. The Effort's flame, kinda interesting, but I probably never will use it. The liquefaction has been utterly useless until now, so we'll just take that off. Okay, so let's see here. Oh, that's a cool one. Interesting. Okay, so before we do anything with it, I would like to upgrade it. Also just realised that cleaning up with this is actually a lot easier. So let's see here. Boop, boop. Okay, so there should be space for these now. Grab some more bread. Stuff these away. Hi there, T-Snow. How are you doing? So, Final Fantasy Theme Rhythm? Well, I can't say I've really played the Final Fantasy series a whole lot. Well, actually at all. So I'm not really familiar with the music, but I could imagine that being quite cool. If you're looking for interesting, beat games, beat. Oh yeah, Beat Hazard. That's quite fun. It's kind of like Asteroids, but it is basically Asteroid, but based around music that you load into the game, so you can play your own music. It's quite nice. I'd recommend it. Okay, so we need to have this out of the bag again. If you want to pop into the TeamSpeak, another TeamSpeak, the Discord, please know I'm there. So if you've managed to get it set up, you can just pop in there and let me know. Treasure. This upgrade acts like fortune or looting enchantment. It increases the chance of getting more better loot. On dislocation? Okay. I'm not sure what that does. Dislocation foci manipulator. Don't usually do this during a stream, but I'd like to know what that actually does, because I thought it just picked up blocks. So you dislocate this. No, what's it called? It's called dislocation. Dislow. There's nothing called dislow. Okay. Well, we don't have another option, so I guess we're gonna dislocate some stuff. Unfortunate while we're doing it. So, essence berries. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, if you want me to work on the project that we talked about, we can do it still. If you want, we can always do it through text on the server, or like with me talking and you just watching through the stream or something. It's whatever you want, basically. Let's just start that off. But yeah, look, tease now. I've made myself a sign. Aura's Cafe. Using the micro blocks. I hope so. While this one is finishing, I'm just gonna refill my drink. Get some more bubbly. It's actually not too bubbly because this is the bottle from like 2 weeks ago. So yeah. Let's get the next one set up. you back. Another fortune enchantment. Okay. I was hoping to get some like reduction of cost, but well, I'm not gonna argue. But yeah, I've been doing work inside of here. I like it. Can actually start doing some interior decorating. Thinking of doing some of that today. But we still have a bunch of lighting to do, as you can see. I have all these orbs around. Down here I haven't figured out the lighting. Basically I'd like to cover the entire floor. I'm just not sure how I want to do it in the center here. I will have other light sources around, but it's just nice to have a nice even lighting besides that, so yeah. But it's a buttload of glowstone that is needed, so since I'm doing the duplication method, that's taking a little while to do. But yeah, this place is taking shape. Thought about maybe planting some berry bushes and stuff, but they're kinda problematic to really get to work properly. They always grow like 4 up and then it starts being an ass. So yeah. Not sure about those. Maybe. Okay, so let's just jump down here. Let's take these and see if we can't help this fella down. Okay. Managed to figure that out on his own. So now he can be on his way again. But I'm gonna make a terrace down here also on the outside. In here we're going to have some furniture. But in order to get the furniture up and running, I'm thinking that we might be able to find something interesting in this thing over here. This here. Let's see here. Picnic table, right? No. Bench. It's a park bench, so no. Sand castle. There's a wooden chair. Stone chair. Those could definitely be. Vanity left. I don't know what that is. What is that? Bird bath. We have a spice rack. But yeah, in order to get these up and running, we need to have some more dye. Oh, a rocking chair. Barcelona chair. Inception chair. Hill House chair. Well, there's definitely things to pick. Oh, but yes, let's have a look in here. So, in regards to wood to use for furniture, wood, please. Plank, coloured oak, plum. Plum is what we have up there, so I don't think we'll use that. The Brazil wood planks looks interesting. Shimmer wood. See, one of the problems is I'd like a type of wood that we can cut. And I'm not sure any of these can actually be cut, so let's try it out. The eucalyptus can, that's a good sign. The plum cannot, and the larch cannot. So we might just use the eucalyptus. We take some of that and cut it into the thinnest we can. Pop these in there. And then I think we'll use marble. Let's take one of those. And not sure how thin we want them. I think this is still too thick. So let's see. Let's give it one more. And that way. Alright, let's just pop up here while we are messing about. Make sure this thing is going. Another fortune. I'm gonna guess that the last one is probably fortune 2. Do you remember anything about what I was saying? I was basically babbling on about what sort of things to use for basically furniture. Let's see here. Let's see. So this cannot go in the center. Important to know. Need one more of those. So we can do that. We'll cut those into strips. And these can. So these can only go in the corners, which can still look okay. Now I wonder if we take one of these, we can cut them, but it looks a little weird. It's not what we want, I think. Can we with the silver bell maybe? We can. We're gonna try that. Oops, it's not really what we wanted. Let's consume some of these berries. Let's see. Well, what I was saying, that's quite a while back, but what I was saying about it was that that we could still do the thing that we were planning last week to do today. Even if you are not feeling too great, we can always do it like through text or through you listening to the stream. And basically like you could just rest your ears or whatever you want. There we go. We have one of those. Let's take one more. Okay, and give me that back, you bugger. Give me. I think we'll actually take these back. Are you stealing them? But I did take it out of my inventory. Let's give it a little bit more width, I think. And then let's take the strips. Oop, no. Let's do do that. Take you back. I think we're starting to get an idea. However, we want to move it. Yeah, he really likes to keep things tidy. Okay, let's take these then. Those there. Get a little bit more of a lighter look. Don't know whether or not we want to do something with this. I'm not sure, because we could hide chests and stuff in here, which could be useful. But we probably want to cover the backside anyway. We're going to need more than that. We're also going to need some of these. Actually, no, we're not. Yes, we are. I did think. I'm not sure about that corner. We could do something a little lighter. We'll keep it like that for now. Well, that's the thing. You can move things around yourself. You just need to know how to do it, basically. Well, we can plan time to do it, certainly. The only thing you need to decide is whether or not you want to use a golem for it, or something like a vacuum hopper. Probably do something above as well. This is kind of the counter. Nope, gimme. Okay, let's pop up here. So, how do we want to place things here? I think we want to do... Let's try like that. Actually fits quite nicely. However, I don't think I want to make it quite so symmetrical, or whatever you want to call it. I think I would like to move it a little bit. The question is, do I want to move it all the way up to the wall? Wrong placement. Let's see. I'll talk to Pick Me tonight and see what she thinks. I'd like to use a golem just cause they are cute, but not sure how to integrate it into the ME with Pick Me setup. I don't know how you usually, or can you pull stuff from a chest into the ME? I'm not really sure how it all works. I think it's raining. Can we sleep? We can. Okay, I think the foci is done. Also, I have a feeling that, yeah. You can't hear this, but I'm shaking my head at him. I just helped him down. And the first thing he does is walk back. Okay, last one. Holy crap, that's a lot of this. That's gonna take a while. Like I've sorted, like to make the furniture stuff, I'm gonna need red, blue and green dye, and at the moment my problem is the green dye, because I would like to get some bees to do it, but in order to do that I need to have jungle princesses, and I don't like to work here. So I need a very hot climate that is also very wet. And I don't have a jungle nearby, which is the normal climate for them. However, I do have a desert not too far away. So I was thinking maybe of setting up a portal in the desert. And then basically set up what is it called? An alveary, one of the big ones there, because then I could run it without power by using the aqueous accumulator like I'm using there, to basically just pull up water and make it very moist. That way we wouldn't have to worry about the temperature, we could just put in the water and everything should be fine. I think that would work. The only problem is I would probably need another alveary. Let me see here. We need to have stuff. Oak wood. We need to have wax. 2 stacks of wax for a stack. We need to have 27. So that is that many. $54. Is that correct? No, 54 should be enough. So 54. Pop out here. And there we go. Get those in there, and then we need to have the wood. That seems too little. It seems too little. Could be wrong. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, it was wood that I was looking for. Just to replace what we had. Right, let's take this and flip it around. Ah, yeah, that's right. That's right. We need 8 times as much. So this is enough for 1. And we need 8 of these things. That's why it didn't fit. We'll just make 3 at a time. Ba -ba -ba. Need more than that. Whoops, that was not what I wanted. Let's see here, so we need to have 4, so like that. One stack and 17. That's an easy number to go by. I forgot now we make an alveoli. Bugger. And then we need a little bit more wood.
Not quite sure the kind of qualities required to be the kind of man that can only be described as courageous, caring, kinda short. So prepare yourself for danger, deception, dancing. For up the path comes our kinda short hero, known as
Here.
Professor Shy Guy.
Let's see, yes you can, just not sure where she would want it in relation to the main body of the system. Well, you can always move it around. I mean, the only thing is this here, and I think that can be broken with even your fist. It's just a mirror, and then you basically just need to re-link it when you place it down, and that's basically it. If you're using the golem, the only thing is he needs to be in a loaded chunk. Otherwise, he won't pick things up, of course, because he's not loaded. But yeah, it's simple enough to do. Even the golems you can pick up and place down. You just need to know how to do it. And that's fairly simple. I don't know if you can hear it, but someone is drilling in the background. Past 10 o'clock on Friday evening. That's not how you get popular. Okay, so that is chucking away. Let's just empty those out. Okay, so let's have a quick sleep because it's turning nighttime. I think that guy just likes to be creepy and looking through my roof towards my bedroom. Let's have a look here. This looks promising. This looks like NVIDIA. These looks like regular sensors, but this definitely looks like NVIDIA. Interesting. Look, you can see it like pulse inside.
We must not accept the fates and sit complacently while others act. You must rise, get up, join us.
Okay, let's have a look up in the tower, see how it is going with it, because I would like to test it. It's not quite done yet. Almost though. Still gonna take a while. Okay, so let's have a look. This here is alienness. Aurum. Huh. Why don't I have an Aurum one? Book. Whoops. Aspects of magic comes as number 5. So this one. Just because it looks weird. Okay, so we do have Aurum. What more are we missing? Hello, guy. We're missing definitely Taint. See, Aurum, Bestia. We need Decidia. That's a little bit of an ask to make, but we could. We're missing Examinis. We don't really have a good source of that, so let's see. We have Mortis figured out. Motus, however, Motus is air and auto. We should make that next. Would actually be quite nice because then I can get away from using trapdoors to make it. So that would probably be my next one. Then we can start working on that one. Then we have Fabrico Famus. Gellum. We don't have a good source of either. Well, we have snow, but I don't want to set up a snowman. But for some reason, fire and Fractio is ice. That makes no sense to me, but okay. We need to have Gular. Gular we could make. So, could make Gular beans. NVIDIA we're working on. We have Herba, Humanus, Ignis, Infernus, Instrumentum we're missing. But that requires Humanus, and that requires Bestio and Cognitio first. We are working on that. Ira we don't have a good source of either, so we should also work on that. That requires Tellum. That requires Instrumentum and Ignis, and Instrumentum is Humanus. Okay. Sorry, me thinking out loud. But basically we should mirror this over here to have a place to stick the beans. And then I'm thinking of maybe like putting a chest up there or something and have it like auto distribute into them. So we need to have a lot. We need to have 25, 50, 75. Ooh, what am I counting here? 15, 30. Me being a dumbass. 45, 55. 55. Come on. So, tin. Tin, 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 tin. Oh, there's a tin looks again. That's silver. Iron, silver. Copper, tin. Iron, iron, iron. Tin. Okay, let's see here. There we go. 55 of those. Stick those back in there. And then we need some wood. Lovely. Cash. We'll just leave it in there now that we actually can do that. Such a convenient tool, the third eye of crafting. I just have it in here and can just pull it out. Okay, so let's pop down. Alrighty. I'm also thinking that we could just use the chest up there for it. That would probably be best. Then we just basically need to extend it from one of the sides over here, because then we can use the same entrance to go in behind it. So I think we will do that. Let's see here. Okay, so here we have those there. So that goes to there, so we go... Yeah, we did. So we will go here. And it actually ends at the top, which is very nice. Just grab this. Oh, no, stone, please. Did we leave the corner? We did leave the corner. All right. native cluster. Interesting. I was wondering if I was going to do that because it has both silk touch and the what is it called? Dowsing, which is the one that gives the native clusters. There's one more. Native clusters shouldn't really give a whole lot. Oh. They're basically like normal ore, except it gives 2 by standard, so you can double it that way through Thorncraft. But I don't know if we can actually place them down. No, we can't. But basically they give double the regular ore normally, and then on top of that it also what is it called? It gives a double ore, but I'm wondering because Thorncraft also has another method of duplicating ore basically, and I want to figure out if we can basically combine the two so that we can take a double ore and turn it into a triple ore or even a quadruple ore. That could be quite nice. Too many. Toasty, no, actually that was fine. So we were further in. I'm starting to make a little bit more use of my foci now. They're quite nice. The foci of excavation is actually better than I expected, which I don't complain about at all. Okay, now we take this. No, that's wrong. There. No, wait, is that right? No, it's not. There we go. Okay. Da, 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 da. All right. Salt, native cluster, copper. Copper. We'll stick the native cluster in here for now. Then we'll pop in here. I feel like I'm kind of running all over the place. Kind of a little disjointed, or what do you want to call it? Unsystemized. copper. And we had some more of this stuff. Okay. Okay, so now we need to get some of the item ducts going. Item ducts require tin and fused quartz or hardened glass. Hardened glass is obsidian and lead. Okay. So let's see here. Probably a little too much. How many did we get per? I think it was 6 per. Yeah, 6 per. We have 3 already. Let's start out with that. We can't use our crafting for that yet, so we'll do this instead. So we'll do... Oops. That'll be 16, that'll be 4, we'll get 2 each, I think. Hardened glass. Hardened glass. Yeah, we get 2 per. So this would give us 8. I think that is enough. So 4. It's been so long since I played that I'm kind of feeling a little bit out of the loop. Oh, silver. Okay, so in there. Get you working. While that is working, I'm just going to take myself another glass of bubbly. So I needed a moment's respite anyway to actually get a new bottle opened. All right. Now let's see if that is enough. I'm not sure it's gonna be, but it's gonna be close if not. How do we do over here? We left that bit open. If I don't do the same, it's gonna bother me, so... Oops, no, we don't need them at the bottom there. Or do we? Or do we? What did we do over here? Did we bring them down? We did. Oh, we'll do the same here for the sake of uniformity. That's not going to be quite enough. We're going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, so basically one more. So that'll give us 4. So like that, and then we should have enough, I think. Alright, then we need to have a wrench. Where did I put my wrench? I put it here. There we are. Whoops. This is not strictly necessary, but otherwise it looks kinda half-assed. Not that I'm really ever going to be in here other than doing maintenance work, but there's no excuse not to be thorough. Okay, so we're going to need some cobblestone. Come on. $55. And we will take the crafting foci. It works. Good. Alrighty, so grab a few more. Ah. I'm now moderator on one more Discord server, by the way, and I'm not quite sure how that is going to go. First of all, being a mod on 2 servers is quite enough when you don't have a whole lot of time. So I'm not really sure I'm gonna be able to. Still said yes, that I'd help. But basically, the moment that I agreed to help, basically the owner of the server that I just became a mod on got into a fight with the owner on the server that we were both on before. So now I'm kind of stuck between 2 servers, and honestly, I'm not sure the server's right for me. It's kind of filled with memes and that sort of thing, and that's not really my thing. It's basically memes, Yoshi, and apparently there's also people I do not care for. Let's do like that. No. I did not say put the entire stack in your ass. Trying to do this smart. I think I'm just trying to go too fast. Alright, so book and beans. Let's start out with these base beans. Alright, so aqua is number 3. Air is number 1. Just lock those in. Ignis is there, I'm pretty sure. Yep. Okay, so there, that means it is there. Peditio, is this Peditio? It is, so number 4, right, yep, that means there. We have auto, which I believe is this. Okay, and then we have Terra, which I believe is this. Technically, whether or not we have the crystals or the beans, they have the same value, so we don't technically need to have the Nvidia and the taint over here. but I'd like to have them anyway, just for looks, basically. So yeah, we're going to figure that out. Okay, so that is those. Then we have that, the potentia, the vacuous, the famus, the spiritus, the mortis, the herba, the limus, the sano, and the tempestas, which we actually don't have in the other one. Let's just make space for the last two. So tempestas, victus, and finally aurum. Just my beans are starting to fill a little bit in that chest, so now I want some proper storage. Okay, so presentatio is there. Good, and this one, yeah. Forgot if I actually locked it in. Potentia. Presentatio. Okay, vacuous. Vacuous is where? That's one of the later ones. This one? Yep. Okay, we have famus. Famus, I think, is here. Spiritus, Spiritus, Spiritus. I think that's the one. No, that's Tempestus. That's vacuous. And here. Yep. Okay. So we have, next up is mortis. Mortis, mortis, mortis. Mortis should be here. Aurum, it was this one. Okay, and the next one is Victus. Victus should be this one. Indeed it is. Sano, I don't think we actually have that in the crystals yet. And then we have the Tempestus. The Tempestus one we did have. Yeah, that's that one. Okay, so where does Sano go? Sano goes there, right after Presentatio. There we go. Is that then correct? And we do have it. We have exactly one stack of it, so we have processed some beans or something in order to actually get it. Okay, so now that that is done, we should be able to take all of these. Just pop it in the chest. There we go. And that should then slowly process and go down to the basement. slowly we're starting to fill up with our different aspects. Cough about bloody time. Cough, cough. Alrighty. So, let's have a little bit of a sleepy. And a little bit of a drink. And then I want to take a quick look over here again. And then after that, the thingy, this location thingy should be done. They're almost fully grown, not quite yet, but close. That one is fully grown. I think we'll take that with us. Because then we have a bean to stick into the system. Okay, so that is definitely expensive. All right. Well, I guess we'll test it on this, for instance. Currently dislocating grass. Okay. Interesting. That is rather awesome. Extra content. That is awesome. Can I... something that doesn't have a lot. This, for instance. Nice. And I'm just playing around. It's using a lot of our essentia though, so yeah, don't want to do too much. Okay, so no, don't eat the taint bean. That's a very bad idea. So taint is the third last element. Okay, third last. That means that it comes here. That is 2 after that one. Yeah. There we go. Now we have a source of whatever those are called. Keep forgetting the name. It's called taint Vitium. Corruption, that's what it is. Okay, so I want to play around with this a little bit. So... sorry, I've been kind of quiet recently. Sorry, I've been kind of quiet recently. Awesome! That is badass. Ah, brilliant. That is a very, very useful tool. Happy we made that. Other than that, I'm kinda interested in this. It's mostly harmless. I think it's just a portal to the end though, so I don't really want to go there, so it's kind of a waste. And then other than that, we had under the Eldritch, we had this one, which is a minor one, which I think is one level above. It's a want-focused primal. I'm kind of curious about that one. Kind of want to know. I probably shouldn't. I'm already starting to get a little corrupted. Alright, so fire and water. Fire and water combined. Terra and Ordo. Okay. Fire and water. Find air. Or water and air, rather. Air. Terra and Ordo goes into Vitreous. That's a good one. Vitreous goes into Ordo. Ordo goes into Potentia, which goes into Ignis. Put an Ordo there. Okay. So probably put it there instead. Okay, so water. Water goes into Metallum, which goes into Ordo and into Terra. Really? Water and Metallum? No? No, Vitreous. Sorry. Tempestus. Victus into Terra. Venium. Good question. We could do... So if we do this here, we can do a Lux, no, not a Lux there, a, what am I trying to think here, air there, air goes into Lux, Lux goes into fire, put that there, that there, then the air goes into air and Ordo. Almost must be something of that order. Motus. Okay. Ordo to Peditio. Ordo to Peditio. Permutatio. It's a little too far away. However, that one can combine those. And this one here. We'll just do that, and finish off with the potential, and then we're done. Okay. Now what I want to see is my measuring tool here, my sanity checker. So right now we're there. If we line it up right there, we can just see a little bit. Yeah, that's like a pixel, barely anything. Famous last words. It's gonna go bad at some point. Okay, so what does that do? It does... Okay, what is this? What madness possessed you to create this thing? This focus seems wildly dangerous, and only a lunatic will attempt to use it anywhere but the most controlled environments. Granted, the orb of raw primal energy it creates is quite devastating, but its path of travel is erratic at best and downright malicious at worst. It does beg further study, however. The orb shows some interesting dimensional properties, and it exhibits energy patterns you have only seen in wisps and aura nodes. Okay. Okay. Yes. Alright then. It's completely random what it's using. 4 diamond, 4 nether quartz and a primal charm. It seems to be leaking. I do have enough to make it. I'm a little scared to make it, I have to admit. 4 of those, and we need a primal charm. And to make a primal charm we need to have a balance shard, which I'm out of, so we'll take 2 aqua, 2 ignis, DTO, Ordo, and what was the last one? Terra. Terra is the last one. I'm going to use an air shard for it. We also need to have some gold. Air shard. Time to brew. There we go. Okay, so 1 of each shard. Okay, order. Air, fire, water, terra. Air, fire, water, terra, order, peditio, balanced. Boop. Wait, did this make something? Made a mixed crystal cluster. Okay, primal charm. What are you doing there? Was it like that or the other way around? It was the other way around. Okay. You have gained warp. Thanks. Just what I wanted. Okay. That's not too bad. We're not even halfway yet. Okay, so this thing sounds scary. I'm gonna sleep before I try it. I'm also gonna go far away. And before we do, actually, let's just grab it out of the bag because I want to see if there's any upgrades for it. Oops. There is. I think we'll test it first. Thought I saw a one of those things. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it's definitely not following a straight path. I wonder what it's doing. Kind of drowning. That shall now live in the water forever or until that squid swims into it. So many squids. What is it doing? I'm afraid what it's gonna do. I wish my glasses worked underwater. I could actually see what's going on down there. Not sure how far down it is. Ooh. Oh, there goes a squid. Sorry. So, okay. Yeah, it's destructive, alright. Let's repair the damage. I was hoping that I wouldn't kill anything, but I was also pretty sure that it would happen. By killing. Well then, I guess we'll see what upgrades we can put on it. Maybe there's something to make it less arsey. Something to make it more controllable. That in there. Frugal, make it cheaper. Whatever would make us do something like this? Like when you're doing the Eldritch stuff, like every description is just like, yeah, you're insane. Just accept it. Like this, for instance, it has suddenly become clear to you, where others see chaos, you occasionally catch a glimpse of a pattern. A very strange and disturbing pattern. Something stirs in the darkest corners of the universe. You have tried to explain it to others, but received only strange looks in return. No matter, you will show them someday. You will show them all. Seeker. This upgrade makes the orb created by the primal focus seek out the nearest living targets and not wander all over the place. This makes them a lot more stable, which also means they won't do anything unusual beyond exploding. I hope that it ignores the person that is shooting it. And let's see here. Then we have, well, the sanity checker. Things have become busy in your mind lately. It is probably best that you have a look inside there and make sure everything is still alright. This tool will allow you to check the effects of warp on your psyche and how much it is affecting you. Of course, you cannot allow a tool like this to fall into the hands of your enemies, so you have taken great pains to obfuscate the information it provides. You might have gone too far though. You are having a hard time deciphering it yourself. Or void metal. That's where you use the void seeds for. So you take a void seed, mix it with metal, and then it grows into a metal ingot, which you can then use to make various tools and weapons and armor that is warping. So by infusing magic into metal, you had managed to create thaumium. It was a worthy discovery, but the time has come to leave thaumium to the amateurs and dabblers. A strange and half-remembered dream has given you the urge to try something different. What if you infuse metal with more than just magic, but with the very essence where magic is drawn from, darkness and the void that dwells between the stars? The resulting metal is disturbingly slick and warm to the touch. It is almost as soft as gold, making it easy to work, but when struck it becomes as hard as thaumium and sometimes even harder. More impressively, all but the most devastating damage soon repairs itself as the metal slowly flows back into place. The only downside is that it isn't as easy to enchant as thaumium, but still compares favourably to mundane materials like iron. You have discovered that care must be taken when handling the metal. being harmed by it seems to temporarily sap your strength. Or advanced essentia storage, which is a quadruple essentia reservoir that, if it contains anything when you pick it up, will blow up. Most types of essentia are fairly volatile, and care must be taken in its storage. This is why most thaumaturges use water jars. You, however, are not most thaumaturges. Using the wonderful new substance called void metal, you have discovered a way to greatly improve the storage of essentia. Essentia reservoirs are capable of storing up to 256 essentia in any combination. Potentially disastrous mixing of the different essentia types is prevented by having dynamically reshaping compartment crafting from the new metal. Like jars, the reservoirs can only be accessed from one side, though you can choose how they are oriented. Unfortunately, they cannot be emptied or filled by hand, so you need to rely on tubes or golems for that. Picking up a reservoir while filled is inadvisable. You were so pleased with this discovery that you showed it off to some of your fellow thaumaturges. Strangely, most of them dived for cover even after you assured them the constant sound of metal under incredible stress is perfectly normal. Sounds delightfully insane, doesn't it? Don't worry, the sound of things about to blow up is completely normal. Nothing wrong. And the last two is probably going to be frugal, so we'll just grab those real quick. The only problem is I really don't want to fill my sanity meter, because I'm already getting plenty of the insanity effects, so I'm probably at the point where I don't want to do a whole lot more research into what I shouldn't dabble in. That's the problem. Once you start, it's so easy to take just one more step. But yeah, I've had the unnatural hunger a couple of times, which is a little annoying. Not really a problem, you just have to eat. The problem is you can't really AFK with it because you die. Other than the unnatural hunger, the only problem I have really had is, well, I got blurred vision at one point, but that's just a visual effect. But there was one point where those ethereal guardians showed up. I was actually doing a stream, even though the stream doesn't have a video on demand because the stream was one of the ones that crashed. But yeah, I was up in the tower and then all of a sudden everything gets hazy and I get a message something is coming for me. And yeah, I was just sitting up there and thinking, nope, it's not. I'm not moving from this spot. They can't get me here. Luckily they disappeared. I'm quite happy about that. I must admit, those things creep me out, and I don't really want to meet them for real. How do you like my crazy voice, by the way? almost there. Alright, now if we want to keep this in our bag, this we use fire, frost, shock, containment we use, excavation we use, portable hole we use, equal trade we don't really use. Distortion, I'd still like to figure out what that does. If it's flame. Distortion, it's supposed to be able to protect us from projectiles. I don't think it actually has an upgrade. Other than that, I don't think there's really any foci that we want that we haven't already made. I'd like to get into this too. Arcane Spa, purifying bath salts, sanitizing soap, but I need a little bit of various aspects to actually make that, so yeah. Let's see, the Arcane Spa. Pouring bath salts into water is a bit of a chore, but luckily one easily solved with a bit of magic. Let's see, you have created a handy machine that when filled with water and bath salts will automatically mix them and pump the liquid into an area above it. The liquid will fill a 5x5 area above the location where the machine is placed. Additionally, you have found that it can be used to pump nearly any liquid you can fill it with. You can fill it with automation or by clicking on the block with the appropriate container. Applying a redstone signal will disable it. So I kind of want to play around with this. So purifying bath salts is something we put into it together with water. Then we have sanitizing soap. Cleaning the body is easy enough, but once warp becomes a nuisance, you need something that can clean the mind as well. This soap cleans the flesh, but the effect it has on your psyche is what truly makes it special. When used, it has a small chance of reducing non-permanent warp and will remove all temporary warp. Using it while under the effects of a warp ward or while standing in purifying fluid will increase your odds. So we could try making this. Let's see, the purifying bath salts. Warp is a danger for even the most careful of thaumaturges. For those that have done a bit too much dabbling, warp effects are probably more than just an annoyance. Purifying bath salts help with that. Simply tossing these salts into water will turn the water into a silvery purifying liquid that soothes away the stresses of the day and brings temporary relief from the effects of warp. It should be noted, however, the more warp a thaumaturge suffers from, the shorter the duration of the protection. The salts are quite fragile and will soon dissolve if tossed around haphazardly. Alright, that is done now. Let's stick that on and quickly take it off again. So the distortion one. Distortion is thaumatic tinkering. You created a focus to protect you from incoming fire. This focus, when in use, will constantly drain this from the wand it's inserted on in order to summon a ward around the caster, making ordinary projectiles pass through them harmlessly. Ordinary projectiles include arrows, snowballs, or potions. It seems the ward is not strong enough to displace stronger attacks like fireballs or witherheads. So it's a defense thing, but we tried it against Lady and it didn't do squat. Maybe it is a chance-based one? Distortion? Let me try looking it up. Foci manipulator. Nope, nothing on distortion. Well then. Well, I guess we can try and upgrade it and see if it does anything at all. Other than that, this would be neat. I don't think we really have others we are interested in. Those we have. That one we have. That's not one. Okay, so we need to have a tallow block. Tallow golem. Tallow block is 9 tallow. That requires 9 rotting flesh. T-Snow, are you still around? Charger for the next one. Yeah, let's jump down and have a look. Boop. We have exactly enough rotting flesh for one of the sanitizing soaps. So we could try that. At least make it and maybe try it next time. Purifying bath salts require Salus Mundus, and that one is just arcane stone. Okay, should be doable. Another one. Let's see, that's level 2, so we need to go up to 24. Okay, so we need to grab that stuff. The reason why I wanted to ask if T-Snow was around is because T-Snow has a mob grinder set up. So there might be a chance that T-Snow actually has a good amount of flesh. Although I would assume that most likely most of it is going to be tossed out, if not all of it. But maybe I could get some. Okay, so we need to have aqua, ignis, terra, Petitio, ordo. Of course we don't have space. Boop. Beans we forgot. Need to fix that. So we didn't get petitio and ordo. Let's just check that it is the right ones we got. Okay, so that's for the Salus Mundus, or rather the order shard. And then we need to have 18 for the flesh. No, this one. Yep. So 18. And then we need to have 1 air shard. There we go. And we will do 5 first. And then 4. There we go. Then we need to break down the stuff. Before we do that though, Herba and Limus. Okay, Limus. Do we have Limus over here somewhere? This is Terra. Limus. This might be Limus. This is Limus. Okay, so Limus goes there. And Herba, I think is this one. There we are. Well done. Alright, let's check on the foci and then we'll have a look at the other stuff. Okay, let's see here. Another luck. Alright, so let's see here. We need to have 6 of those. Slightly different ones though. Let's just put those in there for now. So we need 6 Aurum, 6 Sano. Six Aurum, 6 Sano. Ordo. And the last one was Cognitio. This one, yep. Okay. Then the other one is 16 Cognitio. And 16 Ordo, 16 Sano. 16 plus 6, that should be right, yes. And the Sano. And then we need to have the last one, which was Alienis. Alright, so now we just need to break down the shard. it's doing that, even though it doesn't take too long, I'm going to take myself another glass of bubbly. There we go. Alrighty. Now we're not going to probably set this up today, because I don't know where I actually want to put it. But yeah, we're gonna try some stuff. Okay, so game. Purifying bath salts. And sanitizing soap. All right. I want to do something here. Bugger, I didn't get it. Ah! Whoops. Don't fall in the lava, please. Yeah, see, that's why I wanted to do something about that. Bucket, please. I'll try that again. There we go. So, what I want to do is, now that we actually have alchemy up and running, there's really no reason why we should have fire danger like in our base. So, we're going to change out the fire for a night hole, or rather the lava for a night hole, because that works just as well. Then we have no fire danger, and that allows us to do some interesting things. So, I'll put that here, and then I'll show you what that is a little bit later. Let's just check that it works. There we go. So, now that is safe, we can continue. Okay, we need to have some stone, because we don't have enough arcane stone lying around. So, get those. And a shard. Oops. No, that is right. Okay, so we'll take this. Need 4 of those. Then we need a jar, a piston, 2 blocks of quartz, and iron bars. Okay. So, let's see here. A jar, a piston, iron bar. We have a piston made. No. Take these. And iron. For those, let's grab some planks from the thingy. We need an iron bar and 2 blocks of quartz, which we of course don't have made, but we can fix that. Oops. One of these. Alright. Blocks of quartz. 1 quartz. Okay, so let's see here. So we need to have a block of quartz. That means we need to have 2, 4, 16. Let's see. 1 block is 4. That means 2 blocks is 8. That means we need 16. That means we need 32. But we need only 16 of the potentia and the aqua. Alright, so let's see here. Whoops, I see that the aqua didn't come with us. Must have accidentally double clicked or something. Alright, so let's see here. There we go. So now we can make that as well. I've been listening to, I've been doing a lot of drawing, and while I draw I listen to audiobooks, and I was in the mood to re-listen to the Eragon series, and every time I say as well, I can't stop thinking back to it because of the dwarves in the books. Because you have Aswelden Rak Anwin, which is one of the dwarves clans. If I remember correctly, it is the dwarf clan that we don't really like because they're assholes. That's basically it. Either that or it is Durgrim's Nardo's clan. He's also a little bit of a dick, but yeah. Basically, the only dwarves that are not dicks are Auric, Eragon's foster brother, and the king of the dwarves. What is his name again? Hrothgar. Okay, let's get the last level sorted, clear our inventory. And then I think that we are getting to a point where it's a good place to call it off for the night. So we'll probably end it off soon. Come on, just the last couple of levels. Don't make me get another stack, bugger. There we go. So I'm gonna work towards getting some more glowstone dust, get this place lit up more, get all of this done, and then start setting up some interior basically. I'm probably going to try solving the green dye conundrum, because I would like to see a solution to that. I want to do it with bees, not with cactuses, because with the cactuses or cacti, it is it's just not as good because things die on cactuses. So I don't want that. So therefore I am focusing on the other, the bees. But that requires me to get the jungle princess sorted and basically get the jungle princess sorted and start breeding her, and that can be a little troublesome, so I'm probably going to figure out the whole setup of that. Prepare an alveary, prepare a spot, and maybe not breed them for the next week, but at least set up a spot for it. At least I'm going to try for that. Although it depends on how much time I spend drawing. Because I have been drawing quite a lot lately. The drawing that I'm currently working on, I have to be somewhere between 15 and 20 hours. Horrible hourly pay. I'm undervaluing myself a lot. I know that, but as a beginner, there's not really much I can do about it. So yeah, basically what I'm doing is I'm making a reference sheet, and the reference sheet that I'm making, it's not one that I'm paid for because it's for myself, but it is, however, at a level of what would cost $90, and for plus 20 hours work, which is what it's going to be when I'm done. That is a lot. Okay, so let's see here. We have the foci. Trying to think if we're missing anything. We probably are. I just can't remember it. But anyways, we have enough essentia now for another stack of glowstone dust, so that will help us out a bit. And then I think that we're going to call it a night. But before we call it a night, I have one more thing I want to do, because now that we have no more fire hazards here, I want to put a sign. Whoops. That's my usual little, I guess it's ASCII art. It's not really. There's some borders. And then we have our bitch's brew. So with that, I think we're gonna call it off for tonight. Oh, we have the wavering. Let's take those off. There we go. So thank you very much for watching tonight's stream. I hope you enjoyed it. A little bit of messing around all over the place, but I hope that it was enjoyable, and yeah, that you had fun. And moreover, I hope that you'll have a lovely weekend. So until next week, hopefully see you there for another Friday stream. And for now, have a lovely weekend and a lovely evening. Bye bye everybody. Thank you very much for coming by. Thank you for watching, and see you. Bye!